Hello everybody, my name is Connor and I am here with Katakuri versus Marco. Looks like my opponent is going first. I probably picked to go second. I think I won the dice roll just because I want to get to 10 bomb basically as fast as possible. So my opponent gonna go ahead and Marco ability. And hey, speaking of 10 bomb, there she is. And here I'm actually gonna go ahead and play down a Hiyori. Taking the top of my life, which is another Hiyori, which is great. And we are going to put the Onami in life. I do know a little bit about the Marco deck and this Marco deck specifically. And I was expecting a potential Ivankov to come down. And so I did want to be able to pop the Ivankov with the Onami, which is why I put that there. Ultimately, I think Ivankov, I was under the impression she was a 2 cost, but she is a 3 cost. So he's just gonna swing big here, and I just don't have the counter for it. I don't want to toss the cards, so I will take the Onami hit, and he'll go ahead and pass turn. But hey, we have a Hiyori, and we have a 0 cost. You know what that means. We are going to tap 2 to play down the Hiyori, taking our top life, which is a Brule, which is not a bad trigger, and putting the 0 cost into life. I'm gonna go ahead and swing 8, moving a 0 cost to the bottom of our life. Honestly, Hiyori, so I love Hiyori, and especially in Katakuri, I feel like it's so good. And I don't know, I know she's not run in Katakuri decks right now, but I just really like the way she plays, and I like being able to secure my triggers even more. So we do end up taking the first hit off of our Marco here and passing turn. Not too much as far as a board goes, unfortunately, and I think that's the problem I'm having with my deck. Definitely want to tweak it before I play it again. If I play it again, I'm probably going to ask you guys what you guys want to see. If we want to do more Purple Luffy or RP Kid or Katakuri or something else in the future. But Marco's going to go ahead and just swing 5. I'm going to go ahead and counter out with one of the Onamis. And it looks like he is going to go ahead and tap 5, I believe, to play down the Silver Rayleigh. No draw, but does get him a blocker on board. So solid play there, I think. And at 6 Dawn, we do have Robin, and I just really like Robin. I think she's really good in general. And there I'm just showing my buddy my fake Katakuri proxy. It's not a real alt art. I am too poor for that. But you know, we're gonna flip it over, show it off. And yeah, torn between playing down the Kikinojo, but we are going to go ahead and play down the Robin just to rip the life, getting a Duval into the trash. And I'm just going to go ahead and pass. There's a good chance, since Rayleigh is a 6k, he'll just block. So, got my opponent down to 2 life already, kind of doing my best to make sure he doesn't get his life by playing the Robin down. But he is at 7 Dawn now, which I guess I haven't looked at a Marco list recently. I guess since 8, is that right? Yeah, 8 I think was the last time I played Marco. And with 7 Dawn, he could leader ability and plant something up top and then play something else out, or he could drop a Beckman, really good 7 cost card. And yeah, so he's just taking his time to think about what he wants to do. My hand doesn't. One of the things I am feeling about this deck list I have is I just don't feel like I have a lot of counter. So I might go ahead and add more counter. I'd really like to use the Katakuri blockers from the starter deck, but I just don't feel like they're good enough. But I might try him again. But the Beckman is going to come down, and he is going to go ahead and poke 5. And there goes the other Onami. So drawing into a 10 mom, I think that puts 2 10 bombs in our hand, but we are at 8. I almost said action points. We are at 8 Dawn now, and we do have the 8 cost Katakuri in our hand, so we could heal with that if we want. Or I could establish, swing pretty big, and then play down Kikinojo, and I think I am torn between that. And look how good those Big Mom Dawn look. I love those Dawn. I think they look so good. But yeah, definitely torn between just putting a Hiyori in life or swinging big. And I'm just going to swing big, keeping that, keeping that there. I think it's actually another 0 cost event. And I think at that moment I couldn't remember if I had moved a 0 cost event to the bottom. And I went to do that, and I was like, no, like, this is fine. Because as you can see with the hand I have, a 0 cost event could be really useful. So I'm trusting my poor memory and saying that yes, I did move a 0 cost event. So he ends up countering out of that, and we are just going to go ahead and drop the Kikinojo and pass turn. Kikinojo always reminds me of, I really am thinking about playing the purple yellow Croc again. Kikinojo's so good in that deck with the Okama Wave. But yeah, we've got about 2k counter in our hand, 1 Katakuri and 2 Big Moms, which usually I'd be okay with this hand, but with a deck like Marco, I am a little worried about what I'm going to be seeing this turn. It's just one of those decks where I'm just not super familiar with it. So yeah, just kind of, I don't know what its ideal play is. And I do want to say, don't remember I said it earlier, but that Marco mat looks so good. It's one of the mats I designed, and I am just so proud of it. So thanks to my buddy for buying it. I was really excited about it. But we're going to go ahead and counter out of the 5k, taking the 7 from Beckman, and getting that 0 cost event. Now I have a counter here. And with the, what is he? Is he at 8 Dawn? 9. He's at 9. He's got a 6. Okay, he swung 6, not 5. My bad. But with the 9 Dawn, he is going to go ahead and actually make a really aggressive play, swinging the Rayleigh. And I think I'm just a little short on counter, so we'll go ahead and draw. Getting a Nico Robin and the Dragon. Once again, just a little short on counter, getting a Hiyori out of life. So pretty okay with that. And we are at 10 Dawn, so you guys know exactly what's happening. Yeah, it's I feel like my best play, even with what I have, is the Big Mom. It rips a life from him and heals us. We're gonna go ahead and rip another Duval. Pretty interesting actually. And I think at this point, I'm going to swing to try and get cards out of hand. We'll go ahead and swing 5, getting a Marco out of hand. We'll swing 6 into the Silver's Rayleigh. Just trying to clear bodies on the board. I think that's an okay play. And we are going to go ahead and get another card out of hand. So at 10 Dawn now, I'm expecting a Sanji into a Rayleigh. Hoping that I don't think that he can really, like, pop Big Mom, and I don't think he wants to pop Kikinojo. I would love if he popped Kikinojo and was able to heal me with another life, but the chances are he's probably not going to do that. So while Rayleigh is good, I think with the board I have, I don't see a Sanji Rayleigh play going. He goes ahead. Marco ability puts 1 on top. He's gonna go ahead and swing 6 at me, and I'll give him the Hiyori, feeling like I need to stay as healthy as possible. Swinging the 7 with Beckman. Yeah, and at this point, I just really don't know what to expect. So we're gonna give him the 0 cost with the Katakuri, holding on to the Big Mom. And hoping our trigger is something good. But here, he's going to tap 9 to play down the Sanji, and Sanji's going to play a dragon. So, yeah, that's really, I was not expecting that. I'm really happy I counted out of those earlier hits. And we end up getting another big bomb, and we have to take this hit. It says 0 cost I planted, so we'll go ahead and trash one of our big bombs, accidentally flipping over a card, and healing ourselves up to 1 and passing. And in this situation, he has about 2 cards in hand, it looks like. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm torn between dropping another 10 bomb and ripping life, or playing out my Dawn, or spreading out my Dawn, that's the word. But I do decide to go ahead and heal and rip his last life. And I'll go ahead, poke 5, get a counter out, and with 6, he has the Fire Fist in hand. He did forget he had a blocker, and there's a beige. Finally, a good trigger in this game that I didn't play at the Sanji and the beige. Very, very good. But yeah, he forgets he has the blocker, but with just the Fire Fist in hand, that is kind of game. So overall, really good game by my opponent. I think the Sanji and the dragon play was just so good, and saving the dragon swing until you played out the other dragon. I just think the sequencing on that turn was perfect. I just planted that 0 cost event there, and I think if I didn't plant that 0 cost event, I don't think I would have died, but I wouldn't have been as much of a good spot. That's terrible English, but I'm sorry. I have like 2 brain cells right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.